Right, so the first chord is a C major, right? Then we have a G major. Then we have an D major. And on the D chord, we're going to leave the top E string, right, ringing. We're just going to play this note and this note. Right, and we're playing only the D chord. And then we go for the A chord, which we're going to put a bar on the second fret, and we're not going to play the top E string, right? And then we go for the E major. So that's how it goes. It's basically the same movement over and over again, right? So it's first time around, he kind of do this. He's playing the C major, right? And he plays an open, right? He do this little trick, which is you're gonna lift the middle finger and then you're gonna pull off. Hammer on the D string, right? Just a regular C major, and then you're gonna do the same thing on the G chord. Right, and then you're gonna do it again on the D, on the D string again, right? So we're doing this on the D string, then we do it again on the G string, and then we do it on the D string, right? So it's, and on the second time around, you want to do that. Do this, and then you're going to play the G, right? And then we're going to do this chromatic lick, and then we're going to play the D chord, right? So from the beginning. Play the A chord, but this 8 he plays on the first time around is a little bit different, right? You're gonna put a bar on the second fret, same as before, but you're gonna put your pinky on the G string right here, and you're not gonna play the top E string, right? This is how it's gonna sound. We're going to play our E chord, right? But we're going to play a little different. We're going to play like this. And what we're playing here is we're playing the top E string, the bottom E, then the A string right here, and the G string right here. So we're only playing 3 strings. You're gonna have to mute the other strings with the palm of your hand, or even with this hand, right? So it's, and then you're gonna play the E major chord, and you're gonna do this hammer on the G string. So it's gonna sound like this. From the beginning we have right, And now we're gonna play this lick. Right, which is we're gonna play here on the G string and we're gonna slide. Right, we play on the G, we slide, and then we hit the B string. Right, and then we play the top E string. Right. And we leave our fingers here because the notes gotta keep ringing. And then you play the B again, right? So it's right is G, B, then E string, then you're back on the B again. And then you're gonna do this slide again. We're gonna play here on the G string and we're gonna slide. Right. Right, so. And we're gonna finish like this. Right, so we have this, then right, only the G and the D strings. And then you're gonna play the bottom E, and then you're gonna hit the E chord. Right? All together. Right? And now we're gonna add this little lick, which is gonna be open A, and then on the second fret, and then we're gonna play open D, open D, open A, second fret, then open D. Right? Which is going to be the same sound as, sorry. But he plays it like right here. Then he plays, go first the C major, right? And he mute the strings with the palm of his right hand on this part. Right, so. This is how the whole lick should sound. The D chord, regular, C major chord, Then he goes for this G. It's a different G, right? We're gonna play here the same G, and then we're gonna put our finger right here on the G string, then right, and you have this sound, right? So we go for the D, and we go for the A chord, and on the A chord we're gonna do a full bend on the G string, right? The same. We only bend the G string, right? And then we're gonna do this, right? Right. So this. Remember, you gotta remember to keep the bar right here, and this is how it's gonna sound. Right? And then we're gonna leave it right here, right? And we're gonna do this chaka chaka on the rhythm. Then, right? Right? So all together. Right, you got to do that chaka thing. So then after this, right, you're gonna do this. You do some chaka on the rhythm, and then you play this lick. Right, you slide on the D string. Right, so. Then you play here again. Right? So. Right? And then we're going to slide on the D string. Right? And then we finish right here. So. For the C major, right? So on together again. Right? Right, so on this session he goes like this. Right, so in the E chord we're gonna play this. Right. Yeah. Right. Right. Right, and then we're gonna play this lick. Right. Then on the D string. Right. You can like bend this half step. Or you can just leave it like that. Very static. Or it's a very subtle bend. Right? The thing is that on this part, you're gonna have to finger pick the top E string with the finger, like, right? Right? It's very hard. Let you take a look on my right hand. On the D string, I only pick once. So all together it should sound like this. Right, so then the session. Right, so now the thing you have to pay attention is that on the A chord is the same thing we learned before. And then when we get to the E major chord, we play this hammer on pull off on the G string. Right? And then we play that old lick. Right? So after this, right? Then we're gonna play this, right? Right? So it's all together is going to sound like this. And on the last part, right? And then we're going to do a half bend. Right, half bend. This is a full band, by the way. The whole lick. Then he goes for the verse. Right? So we have that. That chromatic lick we already know how to play. And when we go for the E chord, he plays an harmonic right here on the G string on the 7th fret, right? Right here on top of the fret. You barely touch the string. See? Right? And then you play it, and then you bend behind the nut on the G string. And then on the second time around, you're gonna pull the G string behind the nut. You're gonna have this weird sound like this, and then you're gonna bend it. So it's gonna be like this. Right? And then you're gonna do that pentatonic lick. Which we're going to put our finger here on the B string. And then we're going to play an open E. And then we're going to play a B. Then an open E. And this is how we're going to pick. Right, we're going to finger pick. Right? So we have the following. Right? And then we're going to play on the G string. And we're going to do this slide, and we're going to pull off to an open string, right? So, right? And when you play this, you finger pick the top E string, like this, right? So from the beginning we have. And then we play this. We're gonna do this pull off on the G string. And then we're gonna go for the C major chord. So, right? Right, so now we have another verse. He always plays the licks on the E chord, right? And this time we're going to start right here and we're going to do some alternate picking. Right, it's just a pentatonic scale. So here's alternate picking. right? And we're doing that artificial harmonic, right? We're playing with our thumb very close to the pick so we can get that sound note. And then once we reach this part, it's only down picking. Right, so it's going to sound like this. And then we're going to play this lick. On the D string. So the notes are going to be we're going to pull off, right? Right, but remember that this part we're going to play the artificial harmonics. Right, the way I'm playing, like very close to the strings. I don't know if you can see. Right, you gotta practice a lot to get this one down. And then we're gonna finish right here on this double stop. We're gonna play this note on the E string and this note on the B string. And we're just gonna bend it. Right? So the whole lick. Right? Now we're gonna do this fast legato lick. Right? Which is going to be a hammer on, then a pull off, and then we're going to hit on the D string right here. We're going to play it twice, like, right? But you got to play it very fast. All right. Right, and then we're gonna play this lick. Right. Right. Pentatonic lick. But remember that when we play this part, you hit the top E string, like. Right? So all together. And then you go for the C major chord. Right? So. Right? So all together. So all together is going to sound like this. Right, the timing on this licks is that you're always going to finish on the C major, so you got to practice a lot to get that one down. Right, so the next one goes like this. Right, so this is, you're going to play this lick. The top two strings, and we're going to bend a half step, the B. And we're going to do a chaka between. And then you land on the C major chord. This is going to be right. Right, so. A lot of vibrato, then you pull off on the G string. You pull off on the D string. Just remember to always finish on that C major chord. The thing with the timing in this part is that when he plays this lick, the drums he's just playing with the drums, improvising with like, and when he does the drum roll, he plays that. So it's, and the drums will be like, right? So now on this part he does this. Right? So he basically played this harmonics. On the D string and the A string, and then he plays a bend right here on the D string. And this is like an artificial harmonic, so you're barely touching the string, right? And then he plays this pentatonic lick, which, you know, I cannot tell you exactly which the notes he's playing because it's too fast and I can barely hear the guitar at this part. But all I know is that he's playing just a pentatonic lick. It's a E minor pentatonic lick, and he starts like this. You know, the thing is that he starts like this with this chromatic licks, and then he starts to play some legato, and he finished with this lick, and then we go for the C major. The thing, what I'm going to show you, what I'm going to teach you at this part, like I'm going to show you which notes you can play and do some legato things, and because he's improvising, and that's what you should do with this song too. As long as you end it like this, is the only thing like you can really get what he's doing, like, right? So we're gonna finish on this lick. You already know this one, right? Because we learned, because he plays it a lot. He plays it earlier, right at the beginning of the song. Right, so now I'm going to show you the minor pentatonic, E minor pentatonic. I'm going to show you this pattern, this shape that you can use it to play whatever song you want in E minor. Right, so now I'm going to show you the pattern of the E minor pentatonic, right? Blues scale. So this is how it's going to be. So, right. And then we're going to play it again right here. Right? It's basically the same notes. The reason the shape, the geometrical shape is changing is because the B string, it's tuning a half step lower, right? But it's the same notes. Right? So, and then, so you can play whatever you want between these notes, like, and then, right? And one thing about the E major chord, the E minor pentatonic, is that you have this final lick right here. Play like this. So you're just gonna play the pattern, right? Then right, so right, once you know these notes, like, you can just improvise, right? Because he's playing like, you can basically just repeat licks, like, you just use whatever notes you want, like, as long as you use the E minor pentatonic, you're gonna be good, and you finish in this lick. Do all kind of stuff, like, and I'm only playing the notes that I just showed you, right? I'm using this blue note right here, which is the same as this one, right? Right? Which is the same as this one. Right? So this is another cool lick, like. You're just going to repeat this pattern. Right? Then you're going to play it again. extra lesson on scales. Right hand. Right, so he first plays the classic lick of Hey Joe, which Hendrix plays it too. But he plays like finger picking, like we're playing the B and the E together, right? And then we're gonna play here on the G string. And then we're going to finish on the D string. Right? And then you pull off to open string on the G, and then you hit the D string. But when you play this lick, you want to finger pick the high E string. Right? So you can play it like this. And then he's going to play the B and the E string together. He's just going to slide like, right? A whole step each time. Right? Right, so after the I'm gonna play this. Right? And now we're gonna slide on the B string. And then we're gonna pull off. Right? So this is right, and then we're going to play the G, and we're going to finish on the B, right, right, so it's going to sound like this. So all together, right? So this is basically the same as he was doing before. He's improvising on the natural harmonics. Like the way I play it, you know, because I can't hear what he's playing, is that I'm just altering between the A string and the D string, and I'm doing this pull off here. So I'm altering the natural harmonics. And then I hit the harmonic on the G string. And then I bend behind the nut. So it's basically right. So this is what I'm doing with my right hand. do it twice. Right? Then I hit the G string, the natural harmonic. Right? And then he does that fast pentatonic lick. You know, I can't hear it what he's playing, so I made up my own lick, playing the pentatonic, something similar like. Right, and then you land on the C major. Right? Right, the way I play it, it's open E, and then I play the B, and I do a pull off. Right? Right? And then I do this slide pull off on the G string. Right? So part 1, part 2. Right? I play the D string. And then I pull off on the G string. So all together. Right? Like he's playing together with the drum fret. We're now going to learn the part 2 of the lick. We're going to play twice the D string, and you're going to do this hammer on pull off. Right? Then we're going to play here on the A string. So and then we're going to play this on the A string. Pull off to an open string. And then we're going to play here on the G spot on the E string. Right? And then we're going to land on the D string on the E note. This is how it's going to sound all together. You're going to bend when you hit the lower E string here. Right? Right, this is how it's going to sound. Up to speed. Now putting it all together. Land on the C major chord. part is very simple. He played the top 2 strings, an artificial harmonic on the 7th fret, and he keeps alternate picking just like this. Right? Then he started playing some double stops. We're gonna bend the G string here on the E string, and we're gonna bend the G string a whole step. Right? And then we're gonna play this shape. Right? Then this shape, always G and the E string, then this shape. And then we're gonna bend. It's just a half step. Right? So right? Actually, it's a whole step, man. This bend right here is a whole step. Right? So it's... Alright, very simple stuff. Alright, so this is the last lick before the solo. And then he goes for the solo. Right, on this part you see that when he plays the Z note, right, and then he goes for, so it's, right, and you can see that he raises the volume on the guitar so he can get like more gain. You know, he raises up the volume so he can get more gain to play the solo at a higher volume. We're going to start the solo just like Jimi Hendrix, minor pentatonic. We're going to do a full bend on the B string. And then you're going to bend. We're playing on the neck pickup. Right? And then we're going to play here. Right, so. And then here on the E string, then on the B. Right, so. Right? Then we're going to play on the G string. It's going to do a half step bend. Right? Right, and we're going to end it like this. Right? So this part goes like this. Right? Both of them together. Right? And he ends it in this note on the G string. So after all the lick, right? You can end it right here, or you can end it here. So one way to play, the other one is you finish here on the G string. Right, it's up to you. Decide how you want to play it. And then one more time, we're going to bend a full bend here on the B string. And then we're going to play this. Right? On the E string. So. And then we're going to do this hammer on pull off. And we're going to land here on the B string. So. Right? So after that, we're going to start on the E string, and then we're going to play on the B string. Right? Putting the last two licks together. Right? Right, so now we're going to play this whole bend on the G string. And we're going to hand it right here on the B string. And then we're going to play again here on the G. Right? So we have this. And then we're going to play here, and we're going to do this quarter bend. Like a half step bend. And we're going to land here on the D string. Right? This band is like, this is the real deal, man. It's a very subtle thing. Putting it all together. So the next lick, we're going to play a double stop. It's going to be the G string and the B string. Right? And we're going to we're going to bend a half step each string. And we're going to play it 3 times. Right? You're going to finger pick. Right? And then we're going to play this finger picked, right? And we're just gonna like fall down. And we're gonna land here on the G and the B. So. So it's going to be all together now. this note. I'm gonna do a full bend. I'm sorry, it's a half step bend. And then we're gonna play on the G string. Right here, and we're gonna bend it again, the same bend. Right, so it's... And at the end, you put some vibrato on it. So... Then we're going to play here on the B string. And then we're going to do a full bend right here on the E string. So, put some vibrato on it. So from the beginning. Right? Then we're going to play this lick. Right, pentatonic. It's going to sound like this up to speed. Right, is this note, and this note. Right, so all together. Right, so. I'm going to play on the B string. We're going to do a full bend on the G string right here. Right? So this is the first note. These are the first notes. It's a legato. Right? Right, so. And then we're going to play this. Right? So from the beginning we have this. Right? Now putting it all together. Right? 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 So, up to speed. The next lick is going to be like this. Right, so. Then. Right, but you have to play fast like. Sorry. Right, so it's going to sound like this. all together. So from the beginning of the solo. Right? And so now we're going to play that cliche, rock and roll cliche, pentatonic lick. Right, so we start like this, and then we go for the cliche. Right, so it's then, and you're going to put a bar here on the B and the E string. Then bend it a whole step. Right? It's B then the E. So bend the full bend. Then we're gonna do this pull off. And we're gonna do it 3 times. Right? So from the beginning we should have this. Play very fast, right? So now I'm going to talk about the picking hand on that fast lick, that cliche, because most of the time it doesn't matter how you're picking, but when it's fast, you want to, make it easier for you. And the way I play this lick is like I start with a downstroke, right? So it's downstroke. And then we're going to have an upstroke. And this is the hard part. We're going to have an upstroke, then a downstroke. And then we're going to have an upstroke again. It's good, like this is called inside picking. Because you're keeping the pick inside the strings, right? So, and you're not picking from outside like this. You're picking from inside. So, so it's down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So linking the parts together. So when we're playing this, on the 3rd time it's going to go like this. So, and we're going to bend the B string, a full step, a whole step. And we're going to hit the E string, finger picking like this. So 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to let it come down and you're going to play this lick, which is on the B string right here, and then you're going to bend a full step on the G string, right? So you can hit it like when you're up there and bring it down. we're gonna play that lick we learned before, like, right? So it's, and on the G string, then right here on the E string, right? And we're gonna bend a full bend. We're gonna have a full bend on the G string. Then we're gonna have this position, then this one, then this one. And then, you know, this is so Arlen Roth, and then we're gonna have a full bend. So it's right. So the whole lick. Part is very simple. We're playing just two strings. We're always playing the open E, right? And we're changing the B string, the notes on the B string. Right, very simple stuff. You're gonna slide between the notes. And then you're gonna do this chromatically, right, on the B string. And then you're gonna play the same lick, chromatic lick, but we're gonna play this shape, right here, and we're gonna do a chromatic thing, right? So all together is going to sound like this. We're gonna start with a C major arpeggio, right? Then we're gonna do this pull off, and we're gonna go back using the same notes. Right? It's a C major. Right? The way you pick this is, it's called sweep picking, in that when you're, you know, the pick should do this move, like, and then up, It's all one move, like you're going down and then you're going rec. No. You know, practice very slow. Right, and then we're gonna play this double stop. We're gonna play right here on the E string, and then we're gonna bend a full step on the G string. Right. This is how you're gonna do it. We're finger picking on the E string. Right, so all together, it's going to sound like this. Do some vibrato then. Right. Then we're going to play two strings at the same time, the G and E. And you gotta mute the B string, because you know you're gonna pick. I mute with this finger, like, see? So on the E string we're gonna play these notes, and we're gonna keep playing this one on the G string. So it's gonna be like this. And then you're gonna do this double stop, and you're gonna bend a whole step to G string. So it's gonna sound like this. Right, so all together. Right. And then you're going to go back here. And then this position, right? And then you're gonna play here, and you're gonna do this bend, this half step bend on the G string. Then here, right? So we're playing a double stop, right? Right, so all together. Now you're going to play this very fast lick. It's a chromatic lick, and it's one note after the other on the G string, and then this one on the B string. You're going to live like a bar right here with your index finger. We're going to play this 4 times in a row. Right? And on the last time around, you're going to do this. Right? Once you hit this note, it's only pull off. Right? So this part's going to sound like 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So. And now we're going to play here on the G, right? And then on the B. And then we're going to do this pull off, right? Then I'm going to finish like this, right? This is the whole lick. This is how it's going to be up to speed. Last part all together. Right, so very slow. And we're gonna finish with that cliche, like bend, right? Then you already played this one, right? Sorry. It's going to be a whole bend on the G string. And we're going to put a bar right here. It's going to be, and then a pull off on the B string. And then we're going to bend right here. Arlen loves this one, right? The lick before this one and this one together, it's going to sound like this. So this whole session goes like this. Right? Alright, so this part is all played with volume swells, and first I'm going to teach you the notes, and then we're going to work on the volume swells. Right, so we're we're gonna do a full bend on the B string, right? I'm gonna start like this, right? You're gonna go up and down, it's a full bend, right? So this is the first note. And then we're gonna do a full bend on the G string. So it's gonna sound like this, right? And then we're gonna play this lick. So it's gonna be, it's a half step bend, right? So from the beginning, right? So this is the first part. I'm going to play this pentatonic lick. It's going to be a run. So these are the first three notes, right? And then we're going to play on the B string, right? So, and then we're going to play right here on the E string, right? So, then we're going to go back, right? And here on the way back, it's the same notes, but in this part we're going to play legato, right? Right? It's like da-da-da. It's like it's a different timing, right? And right? And then we're going to finish like this. So the very last part is going to sound like this, right? So far we have right? So now we're going to play some double stops. This note on the G string and this note on the E string, and we're going to bend the G string a whole step, right? And then the movement we're going to do with our pinky is like, right? So the notes on the E string are going to change like, right? So as you're playing these notes, you gotta release the G string like you're gonna hear this sound, right? Right? And you gotta play that, and you gotta release the G string like you release it a little bit, and then you release it a little bit more. Right, so right, so that's the sound. You're not going to play like this, but you're going to bend the G string, right? And we're going to play this lick on the G string and right here on the E, and we're going to do a full bend on the G. So. Right? So basically what you're hearing, or you're trying to play, are these licks. It's going to sound like this. But you got to remember that you're bending the strings. You know, that's the Arlen Roth stuff, man. The last lick we just played is this one, right? And now we're gonna put our pinky right here, and we're gonna do a descending bend, right? So this is the last lick from before, and then we're gonna put our index finger here on the E string, and we're just gonna come down the bend, right? So from the beginning. Right, and now we're going to move to this position, right? And we're going to have a full bend on the G string, and we're going to play a descending bend. We're going to bend it, but we're not going to play it. We're going to play a descending bend, like, right? So we should sound like this, right? I'm using this finger to help me bend the string. But it's this note and this note, and it's a full bend. So, and then we're going to finish right here. Right? All together, it's going to sound like this. Right? And now we're going to play this right here on the G string and right here on the E string. And we're going to have like a full bend on the G string. Right? And then we're going to go back to this position. Right? So. So all together is going to sound like this. Right? One more time. Right, so the last part. So now we're going to bend two notes at the same time. The G string right here on the 7th fret and the B string on the 7th fret. And it's going to sound like this. You're gonna have to bend a half step on the E string and a whole step on the G string. So it's gonna sound like this. Like, right? You think this should be hard because you're bending two strings and you're bending them at different amounts, right? But it's not that hard. The thing is that you use this finger to help you bend the G string so you can bend it more than you bend the B string. Right? All together. Right, this is how you bend it. You play it, you bend it, and you play it again. Right? Now you're going to play this lick right here on the B string and this note on the G string, and we're going to alter between these two notes on the G string. But we're playing the B and the G at the same time. It's going to sound like this. Right? We're going to play it 5 times. Right? And then we're going to play this natural harmonic on the G and the B strings. And then we're going to bend both of them behind the nut. Right? So all together. right? To this point is going to sound like this. Right, one more time. I'm going to play this classic, this cliche, blues cliche on the pentatonic scale. And we're going to mute the strings with the palm of our hand. So these are the notes. Then open D, and then we're going to do this chromatically. So around the D string you have this, and on the A we're going to play a chromatic lick, right? From this note to this note, then open A, right? And then here on the G, right? And then we're going to finish right here. So all together now. Right? Last lick of this part is you play here on the B string, on the D string, sorry, and then you're gonna play with your finger. You're gonna finger pick the high E string, right? And then we're gonna play this lick on the G string, right? But when you play this lick on the G string, you're gonna finger pick the open E, right? Just once, and you're gonna play the lick on the G string, right? Like this. So from the last lick we just played, it's gonna sound like this. Right? So this is how it's gonna sound. Putting all together right from the beginning of this lick, the session, right? So now this is the hardest part of the song. You gotta play the lick with volume swells. You hit the string, put the volume up, and then you put it down. Like, you know, and that's very hard. You gotta practice a lot. Like, it's hard even for me because I'm not used to play this volume swells. One thing to make it easier is that if you have a volume pedal, it's going to be way easier for you. So the thing is you have to practice a lot. I tried like for 15 minutes to play this along with the song, and I couldn't make it with the volume swell. So I just play the notes with the pick, like I would play normally, so I can go on with the lesson. Because if it would be like I would have to like spend like 1 hour practicing this volume swells so I can be able to play up to speed. So that's one thing, man. It's up to you. You have to put some time in to get this technique down, right? Or if you prefer, you should buy a volume pedal, and that will be very easy because you can control the volume with your feet, right? So it's up to you. Let's start right here on the B string. And then we're gonna play this hammer-on pull-off. But when you play this, so it's gonna be... When you play this lick, you finger pick the open E string, like... Right, so... Right, so that's the part one. And then... Right here, and then you finger pick the E string, right? So, and then you're gonna play this pull off on the G string. You know, you pull off to an open string, like then pull off to an open string, right? So. This is how it's going to sound up to speed. As far as speaking goes, you're going to play it like this. I'm going to play this pentatonic lick. It's going to go like this. Right, so this is the first part. It's just one, you pick once. But when you play this lick, you're going to finger pick an open E string like this. Right? Then so then open G, and you finish on D string. Open G, finish on the D string. So right, up to speed is going to sound like this. Picking, this is how the picking hand gonna go. Alright, finger picking. Right, so now part two. So once you play this, and then we're gonna for part two, which you're gonna include this note on the G string. So, right, so it's that old lick. So it's D, open D, then chromatic. So, right. Then you play an open E and you slide right here on the D, on the A string, right? Right here. It's the same as this lick, right? But you're gonna slide, instead of playing right here on the D string, you're gonna play on the A string. Right? Because you want to reach this part because you want to play some harmonics here. Right? Which is gonna be the next part. Right, so I'm gonna play this next lick for you, and it's gonna go like this. Right? The one we just learned. So up to speed. Right? From the beginning now. Right? Now up to speed. Play some natural harmonics, playing the D and the G string together, and then we're gonna play again the an artificial harmonic, but we're gonna play the G and the B. So it's, and then we're gonna bend behind the nut, right? Both of them, the G and the B string. Right, so. Right, so playing that lick we just learned with the rest of the song is going to sound like this. Right? Right from the beginning. And now we're going to play this lick. So it's open E, then open B. Right? Open E, then open B. And then you're going to press right here on the B string. And then you're going to alter between the B string and the E string. And then you're going to slide. So open E, then B, slide. Right? And when you play the B right here, you can play the E together. When you play the B string. And once you hit this note, you're gonna play both of the strings together like this. As far as speaking goes, you want to play like this. So after that, you're gonna play right here on the 8th fret on the B string, and we're gonna do a half step bend. And we're gonna leave it there, right? So a half step bend. And then we're gonna start finger picking on the E string. On these two notes. So it's gonna sound like this. And as far as picking goes, alright, so building the link between the licks. right? So the whole lick is going to sound like this. So now up to speed. Part is we're playing this shape, right? The major 7 shape. Right? This is basically what we're going to play the whole part. And then we're going to do this lick, which we're going to put a bar right here, and we're going to play the D, the G, and the B string. And we're going to do this, right? So it's going to be something like this. You're going to bend all the strings then, right? And then we're going to play the same shape right here. And when we play here, we do that harmonic, right? Right here on this fret, right? So, and then we do it again, and then we're going to play it here, and then once we reach this note, we're going to keep bending like. So basically, that's it, right? So it's same thing. Right, so one more time. Right, and you keep doing it. This part, you're going to play the C right here on the A string. And then we're going to do this chromatic lick, which is going to be always the same, like. And now it's the same on the A string. And the same on the E string. So it's. Right? But we're peaking like this. Right? You want to palm mute the strings, right? So. And so we have this, right? And now we're going to play here. It's the same chromatic lick. Right? Right? And once we get there, we're going to start doing a bend. We're going to play the open E. Going to bend this note till we reach a half step, right? So right, one more time. this descending lick he plays a lot, which we're gonna play the low E, the A string, and the G string. It's gonna, we have these different shapes. This is one of them. You want to mute the D string with your finger, right? So we're playing the top E, the bottom E, then the A string, and then the G string, right? So it's, and then it's the same shape step below, right? And now we're gonna change the shape. So it's, and now we're gonna change the shape like this, and then the same shape one step below, right? So right, and now we're going to change the shape again, right? Just the one, and then right, we're going to play it like this. You gotta do this hammer on the G string. So he plays a lot this one. Sorry. And then he's gonna finish like this. Right, this is a two strings at the same time, right? Right, so then he's gonna repeat this lick. And now he's gonna play this same lick, the descending lick we just played, but he's gonna play it a little bit different, like. This is how you're going to play. And then you play the G string and you slide. Then the A string, G string, slide. It's always like A string, then play the G string, then slide. Then you play the A string, and you play the G string, and then you slide. Right? This is how the picking is going to go. We're going to finger pick like. Right? So all together, this last part's going to go like this. Then, right, you have this pattern, then we play this. I'm going to play the whole thing for you. I didn't mention is that when you're playing this this first, you want to do that with the pick, the artificial harmonic. Like you want to pick with your thumb very close to the pick so you can get that on the first one, right? So, right, so that's the tip. So first off, this part is all played with volume swells, and we're going to focus on the notes, right? So the first one, you're going to bend behind the nut, then you're going to play the G string, and then you're going to release the bend, right? It's going to sound like this, right? You do it once. This is the first bend, like you bend, then you play, and then release. And then you play the G string, and after you play, you bend again. Right? So this is the second note. The first one, second one. But the thing is that you gotta play with in our artificial harmonic with the peak, right? Something like this. Right? So that's part one. And remember that you must do that with the volume swell, so that's very hard. Like, now we're going to play this pentatonic lick with volume swells. Right, so these are the notes. It's the pentatonic scales, right, with the blue note. Right, so that's part one. Remember that you gotta play those with the volume swells. It's very hard. You know, I would practice like this, like very slowly. You pick the notes, right? Pick the note and then you do the volume swell like this. Right? That's gonna take some time. So first we have these notes. Now we're gonna play this one. So right, so that's part two. Now I'm going to play together part one and part two. Right. Playing with the volume swells. So now you're going to play this. Right, so, right. And then after that, we just basically are going to play note by note on the scale, but descending the scale. Right, so these are notes on the B string, and then these are the ones on the G string. Right. So the new lick, it's going to be like this. Right, now we're going to play together from the beginning. Right. volume swells. So after that, we're going to play this lick 6 times. This is a double stop on the G and the B string, and then another just double stop, right? So, right, we're going to play this movement 6 times, and then we're going to add this note. And so you let the bar and then you play. This is the hardest part if you're going to play with volume swells because it's very fast. Right? So now I'm going to put together the licks we just learned, right? So the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And you finish on this note, so. One more time. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you finish right here. Right, so we're gonna play from the last note because we'll finish on this note, right? And then we're gonna play it, right? And the new notes are a double stop, then this one, then this double stop, then this one again. And then you're gonna land here. All right, so right. And then you're gonna play here on the, you're gonna finish on the E string. And you're gonna do some vibrato. Right? Right? I'm not putting together, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? So I'm gonna play from the 6th lick. Right? So this whole part's gonna go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. this part is basically the same lick as we've done it before, like. Right? We already know how to play this, right? So. But he plays it with volume swells, like. Right? Now we're going to learn the new part. So after that, we're going to play this chromatic lick on the D string, right? Right? And then we're going to stop here and we're going to play some chromatic licks from this note. We're going to move our index finger to this position and we're going to play the same lick on the D string, then on the G string, and then on the B string. Just like this. It's a chromatic lick, 3 notes per string, right? So the new part, right, from the beginning. Right? So altogether up to this point it's going to sound like this. Right? Right? Every note is played with a volume swell, right? So from this last part, like, and then we're gonna play this lick on the E string. And you're gonna put some vibrato on it. Right? And now we're gonna have some legato. Right, this is the legato. Right, so we pick, and then we on this note we pick again, and we pick right here, right? So pick, 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 pick. I'm sorry, pick, pick, pick. So this is how it's going to sound. You got to play with a volume swelling. Right? So up to this point, right? So from the right, so the following notes are, and then we're going to play this double stop, which we're going to play this note on the E string and this one on the B string, but we're going to have bend a half step on the B string. Right? So from the beginning we should have this. And then we're going to play a double stop with the bar on the B and the G string. I mean, the B and the E string. So, right? Then, right, and then this is a double stop, right? I'm gonna play the G and the B. when you play this double stop, you want to play this legato on the G string. And then you finish on the D string. Right, so right. After that, we're going to play double stops using the B and the G string. So you're going to bend the B and the G together, and then you're going to release it. Right, so this is the same bend as we learned it before. The B string, we're going to bend a half step, and the G string, we're going to bend a whole step. It should sound like this. It's the same sound of this lick. Right? It's a little bit tricky, but if you practice, you get it. Right? So this new lick is going to sound like this. And then you put some vibrato on it. Right? So linking everything together like right, so it's all played with volume swells. The whole lick. The first lick is going to be a double stop. We're going to bend a whole step, the B string, but we're going to play the E string right here, the top E string. It's going to sound like this. Then we're going to leave our finger right here on the E string, and then we're going to bend a whole step, the G string. Like this. So, right. This note, right? So, and then we're going to move our finger to the E string in this fret, and then we're going to do again a full bend on the G string, right? So, right, and then we're going to move to this position. And we're going to do a full bend, right? This is the G and the B, and we're going to bend we're going to have a full bend on the G string. So, and then we're going to play this chord. Right? And we're always going to play with volume swells like. Right, one more time. Now we're going to play a descending pentatonic lick, fast pentatonic lick. So it's open E, then you play this note on the B string and you pull off to an open string. Right? So then we hit this note and we play the open B. Right? Open B. Open B. So, right? Sorry. And then we're going to play that lick we already know. All pull-offs. Pull off to an open string on the G string. Right? Then open G, right? We're gonna do our SRV lick. Right, so on the D string, then we play the descending. So then this one, then open E string, then we finish on the D string. So altogether, this last part is going to sound like this. Whole lick playing very slowly. The same old notes that he plays. He plays a lot. This notes on this song, right? Right, but we're gonna have a couple of different things this time. His start is like the rhythm like this. Just picking downwards. And then he starts up and down doing a tremolo like this. Right, and a different thing is that he plays this note right here. So. Right, so it's going to be something like this. Right. So, from the beginning. Right, so. Right, then. Right. Right, so from the beginning. Right, then. We're playing 3 strings at the same time. This note and this note on the B string, and then an open E. Right, and then we're gonna do that slide. Right. Right, so and then you play an open G, then open A, D. So it's going to sound something like this. Right. So now we have a new verse. Right, it's basically the same stuff, but you're going to do this bend on the E string, and then you're going to pull off to an open E. Right, and then you're going to drop tune it, and you're going to release the tension and increase the tension. There's nothing much to say about how you do this. You got to find the sweet spot by ear, right? The biggest problem for you is when you're playing this live, you go back to the right tuning. I recommend you to play the top E string together, like. You know, the last time, so you can check out the tuning. And then he's gonna finish it with this minor pentatonic lead. Right, which is gonna be like this. Open E, then B, then open E again. Right, so open E, open E. Then you're going to do a pull off on the D string right here. right? Very simple stuff. On the next verse, he goes like this. On the rhythm part, what basically changes is the G chord. He plays it like this, right? That shape, but we're gonna play without thumb right here, and we're gonna play our pinky right here on this note on the B string, like, right? So it's gonna be something like this. It's just a rhythm thing, like, right? Then we're going to do this bend, right, which we're going to play 2 strings at the same time, and we're going to bend a half step the B string. And then we're going to do a full bend on the B string. And we're going to play the top and open E string, the top open E string together. Right, so. And then we're going to do a full bend on the B string right here. But we're going to play the top E, playing this note together, like so. Right. Now we're going to play a pentatonic lick like this. So we're going to put a bar right here on the top 2 strings, right? And we're going to play the B string on this note, and we're going to do a pull off. Right, so top E string, then we're playing on the B string. And then we're going to play a full bend on the G string right here. Right? So it's going to be, right, so. And now we're going to play this lick on the top 2 strings. Right, so play the B, then you play the E, and then you do this pull off on the B. But we're going to keep our bar right here. Right? So, right? Now the next part. Right, so all together. Right? And now the last note. On the B, then on the G, and then on the D. We're gonna put a bar right here. So play B, then G, then you play on the D string. Right? So, together. Right, so all together. Right, so on the next verse, it's gonna go something like this. You're gonna play again like. So it's basically, he's just playing like some chords, like, right, we're gonna play this shape, right, and then we're gonna move to this position, then this one, right, so it's, play like this. Right? And then we're going to play an octave. The A string and the G string. Not playing the D, it's only the A and the G, an octave. So the whole lick's going to sound like this. Right? So on the next verse. He's just going to play that A. We already know how to play. Like he's going to bend the G string on the A chord. The whole step, right? Then, so it's basically on this box, right? And we're going to play this blue note right here. Right? So these are the notes. Now I'm going to show you how to play it. Right, so the first notes are. So, and you're going to like slide. Right, so this is the first part. And then you're going to do this hammer on. But it's going to sound like this putting together. Right? Then so all together. Then the very end, right, on the A and the D string. This is the very end. I'm going to bend a little bit, like a major third. So all together it's going to sound like this. You can play it like this, using the middle finger on the first time around. So the last solo goes like this. It's going to be a whole step bend, but you're going to do a descending bend like this. Then, right, you pull off to the G string right here, right. Then, so this part one, right? And then part two, right? So this part's gonna end like this. Right? So now I'm gonna put together part one and part two. Right, so part one, part two, right, all together. Right. You know, I'm playing like the descending bend, but you can do it like, you can bend it up and then come down. It's up to you. It's about, you know, it's open to interpretation. You know, and right. And now we have the cliche, right? You're gonna have a full bend on the G string, right? Then we're gonna put a little bar on the top two strings. We're gonna play B, E, then B again, right? And then we're gonna play this note and we're gonna put some vibrato on it, right? All together. All right. On the last part of this lick, it's gonna go something like this. So then right, so part one, and now we're gonna play some legato. Right, so we're only gonna pick this note, right? So pick, right? Part one, part two, right? And then we're gonna finish. So part three would be this. Right? putting it all together. So I'm gonna play some kind of slowly now. And that's it. Right, so this is a part that it's all played in octaves, and we're gonna have this shape, right? We're gonna play on the A, then on the B string, right? And this is gonna be a constant shape, right? So we always gonna keep at this shape. So if you pay attention on where this finger lies, you'll get it down. And another thing, it's going to be finger picked like this. You alter between the pick and the plucking with the finger. Right? Now I'm going to show you the notes. So it's gonna start like this. Right? So sorry. Then, right? So, from the beginning, right? It's just a half step. Right? Next part's gonna go like this. Right? So, right? Sorry. Just remember that you're gonna have to pick something like this. Right? Next part's gonna go like this. Right? So now, all together up to this point. Right? One more time. So the next part is going to be a pattern. Like we're going to play 3 notes up, we're going to go back 1 note, and then we're going to play 3 notes up, and we're going to go back 1 note. You know, you go up 3 and you go down 1, something like this. Right, so these are the 3 notes we're going up. Right, and now we go 1 down and 2 up. Right, so then half step down. Right, so then and now we're going to go 1 down, 2 up. Right, so this is how it's going to sound. Then so up to speed. Right? So now all together. Right, one more time. Really up on the fretboard. So I'm going to play this note, then right, right, then right, so right, so from the beginning. One more time. Now putting it all together, right? Right, one more time. And then we're going to play this pentatonic lick. Right? It's going to slide. Right? And then we're gonna put a bar and we're gonna play this lick on the G and the B. We're gonna do a pull off to the major third on the G string. Right, then this one is finger picked. This one you pick, and then you're gonna pick right here the G and the B string. And then we're gonna repeat the move. Right, so it's Right, so this is finger picked and pick, then finger pick, and then you finger pick again, then you pick. Right, so all together is going to sound like this. So from the part before, right, and then he goes to. Alright, so now I'm going to play the riff that's one of the other Jimi Hendrix songs. Right, so this. Right, so that's basically, we're going to put a bar right here, and we're going to play the A string, the D string, and the G string, and we're going to play this pattern. We're going to pull off, and we're going to pull off on the A string, and we're going to play the 3 strings at the same time, and we're going to move up a half step each time, like, right? Then we're going to play the D string and the G string together, then we're going to play the A, and we're going to finish right here on the A. When you're playing this note, you're also playing the G note, right, the G string. So the first part is, all right? Now we're going to play this kind of a, it's not a power chord. We're going to put a bar here, right? And then we're going to put our finger here on the G string and right here on the D. And we're going to play the bottom 4 strings, you know, and we're going to move a half step, right? So the way the song is going to sound is from the beginning. Right? And now this is, you're gonna play the G string, the B string, and the D string, right? So I'm gonna put a bar right here, and we're gonna play this pull off on the B string and then on the D string, right? So this is going to be right here on the B string and right here on the D string. So, right? So from the beginning we have this. Right? One more time. And then we're going to play again. Right? Now it has this. It's mostly the same, right? So we play here. But we do this hammer on, pull off. We're still playing the D and the G together, right? So, right? together, the riff part, right? So. All right, one more time. And then the final part. I'm going to put a bar right here on the 12th fret. And then we're going to do this pull off on the B string. This hammer on. We're finger picking, right? So is the B and the E string at the same time. And then we're going to play the G and the B at the same time. Right, so. And then we're going to do the lick, right, on the G and the B. We're going to pull off, we're going to hammer on the G string. Right? So now, all together. That's the last lick. So it's going to start like this, right? Then, so, sorry. Right? Then we're going to play on the D string. Right? Right, so from the beginning. The last part. Right? It's the same spacing between the notes. Then we're gonna bend a whole step on the G string. We're gonna finish on this note, so. Right? All together. Right. And that's it.